Today we're talking about Eastern Pacific hurricane season coming up with the future of what's going to be and also temperature and rainfall outlook for 16 days. Here we go. On May 15, which is Thursday, you see something building up in the Eastern Pacific and Caribbean area. So let's talk about here. We'll see what happens. So as we get throughout the days, we see something trying to form, trying to build up, trying to move across the Eastern Pacific Ocean area by Mexico and Guatemala area in Central America. So we go in here. So nothing's happening too much. As we go throughout the days on Friday 23rd, you can see there's nothing building up. Just you scattered thunderstorm showers. But here's a different model. Same model, but it's different. It goes longer in period of time. So we go to like May 17, you could see something starts forming out there in the Pacific Ocean. While it's moving across the ocean, it starts to form a hurricane on May 21st. Now, this is a fantasy because it's not the hurricane season hasn't happened yet. Fancy, long days ahead, but we can see it forming. On May 21st, you see something forming a hurricane starting to curl across or travel cyclone. Here we go. As it keeps going, it moves up past Mexico. Rainfall and scattered thunderstorms will build up by Mexico on 23rd. It looks like that if it's right. As it moves, it loses strength, but it keeps building up. It loses strength, but it keeps going across the ocean. And look at this. It starts going to a northwest way towards California and California. But there's a high pressure building up to the west of California. So this is why it's moving to the northwest. Now we're going to go to a different thing, seeing this little model right here. You can see, or this outlook. This is what's happening. So as it moves, it starts to be a hurricane out here. See, 958 is like a category 2, category 1, category 3, wherever it's a category 1 or something. As it moves, it goes up. And see how it's still at 983 millibars pressure? So it's still cyclone. Baja California looks like it's gonna get some moisture from this, kind of from this little model scenario. As it moves up, it starts to weaken. But we see this is going to a northwest direction. So it looks like it's going to go the northwest. So it looks like it's going to come towards California. That's what my model says. Now, it's not the Eastern Pacific Ocean Hurricane Center hasn't even updated because it's not May 15 yet. So we don't know what's going to happen yet. But the models are pinpointing something forming out by I think it's May 21st and the 20th. It starts forming out there. Mexico looks like it's going to get a lot more moisture in Mexico, but luckily it's not going to hit Mexico. That's good. And the models can change over time, but it looks like it's going to move up. Baja California looks like it's going to get some moisture from this. Maybe California might get moisture from it. Do the 6 to 10 day forecast, temperature outlook. Now, this is below normal, which could change and fluctuate, but May 14 to 18. Rainfall doesn't look like too much, it's near normal. Also, 18 14 days, this is what we get it. Above average temperature for California. Below average for central and northern California, but then near normal for southern and parts of central California. But yeah, we're keeping an eye on the models, and I'm gonna keep updating, see what happens. But you can see something from, and also look, average starts forming, something starts forming out here, right here. So it could be getting a high pressure, low pressure situation. But it looks like it's moving up to the northwest. So California, if this is a true model, it can change. But if it's a true model, true outlook, it bring moisture to California when it starts weakening. So we'll see what happens. While it comes up here, it's still 83 and it's still by Baja California. Now the high pressure is over here, so it's trying to move towards that area, trying to move. And usually that's the outlook. When there's a high pressure off the coast, storms try to move to the northwest, try to go up to that high pressure because it's trying to dominate that high pressure. And so, yeah. But down here, you can see it's 962 millibars, so it's down here, but it's still a little bit weakening and fluctuating. But here's a moisture right here. All the blue means the water and the moisture. So Baja is going to get anything. And while it's moving up, it starts to move up. Now, this model doesn't show it on GMS on the Windy app. Doesn't show anything uh like this, but it could change over time because May 23rd it shows as a cyclone form. Yeah, it could change and fluctuate, but I'm hoping we do get more. Cause I'm from California. I'm hoping we do get moisture from some cyclones this year because it'll be fun to see some storms and rain because it's gonna be dry hot. And so yeah, and the other thing is the weather for my area is gonna be dry, hot, and it's gonna be hot today. That's one thing I was gonna talk about. I mean, 96 degrees, 98 tomorrow, so it's gonna be really hot. But there is some showery activity on Monday and Friday night, also Saturday. Those are the storm chances for those days in the rain. That's pretty much cool. So keep an eye on this storm system, which could bring moisture to California if it starts moving up, but I don't think it's gonna do because it's leaking a lot. It's like yeah, it was 977 right here, and moisture's trying to build up to California, Baja California, and then it goes up, and it's a 997, so it's almost trying to weaken itself because there's cool waters out here, so it's weakening. It looks like we're gonna get some moisture if it keeps going up. So a tiny little bit, we might get some moisture like down by uh Southern California. So maybe we'll get some moisture from that. This model's not showing that for like right now, but it's gonna start showing up. And this model right here, the European model shows nothing out. You can tell like when you forecast nothing. Some storms are blowing, but there's nothing out. And the Atlantic, I forgot to mention this. The Atlantic, we're in the Western Atlantic. So we're gonna go here to GMS model and see as it builds up. Some stuff is trying to move. Some stuff is trying to like no storms out there. That one storm, no storms yet. So this one little area right here trying to go off the ocean. A low pressure system. So yeah, nothing forming out there because there's a high pressure. There's some storm trying to dominate that area. See what happens. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, okay. Sometimes hurricanes form, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they weaken and don't even reach up to Mexico and Baja California or even California.